Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, August 4th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I allow my love to expand and become the heart of the revolution. Happy new moon day. Happy Venus out of Leo into Virgo day, and happy Mercury retrograde day. We have a power-packed day today. And I think it's all working together. So let's dig into this. Our first step is the new moon. We have a new moon in Leo at 4:13 a.m. Pacific time. This new moon is happening at 12 degrees Leo, and it's not really connected into anything so much. If it was to connect into anything, it would be Jupiter in Gemini making it bigger and helping bridge that mind-heart energy. And the other thing might be a little distance from Saturn feeding into divine responsibility. But the main focus is this new moon, the sun and the moon in alignment. And any new moon lends itself to helping us manifest, helping us set intentions. It's like the forces of these illuminaries, the sun and the moon working together, can help guide our path forward. And also helping to guide our path forward is the energy of heart that's connected with this. Now, what I love about this is Mercury is not retrograde yet at the time of this new moon, so it's perfect time for lay down those last minute intentions before Mercury goes retrograde and just likes to cause shenanigans. But also, I feel a little bit more importantly than that, we have Venus at 29 Leo. And as I was looking at the song Let Your Love Flow, although in my head it was Let Your Love Shine, but Let Your Love Flow by the Bellamy Brothers. I had to go listen to the song to figure out what it really was. Let Your Love Flow. And that was what I felt for today can be the highest medicine, the highest action available is if you're feeling frustrated, send love to it. If you're feeling angry, send love to it. If you're feeling sad, send love to it. If you're feeling happy, send love to it. If you're feeling loving, send love to it. If you're feeling whatever comes up today, can you send love to it? Can you make that love energy bigger and bigger and bigger for yourself, but even for those that you feel frustrated, angry, sad with, etc.? Can you let love be the healing balm of the day? And I feel like Venus at 29, like I said, 29 Leo facilitates that. It calls us to mastery of love energy. So we have that going on. The Sabian symbol actually spoke of illumination. The Sabian symbol spoke of, I think it was like adults at a party with like party lights or something. But again, the point of that Sabian symbol was like, it was connection, but it was the illumination. And I feel like our heart can be such an illuminator of us. Like, think about like when you're like newly in love, that glow that people get, right? That's love illumination, because we're like just hyper focused on it. But we don't have to be in love to hyper focus on the energy of love. And I think I've been considering a lot of things. I've had a lot of friends and clients struggling in relationships in the last little bit. And I was expecting that to come in later this year when we have Mars go retrograde in Leo. I was expecting what's kind of happening for many people now to happen then. But I realized, I believe our last Venus retrograde was in the sign of Leo. I remember one of them was. I don't remember if it was exactly the last one. But it was recent. The most recent one, I think, was in Leo. And here comes Mars to come get, its share of those lessons. But I think if you are struggling in romantic relationship at all this time, it's because we've put expectations on love that actually are not love. And so I think we all have some lessons around this love energy and filling up our own cups and filling up our own energy fields with it. And so Venus today at 29 until 7:22 p.m. Pacific time, that's when it moves into Virgo, helps us lavish love into ourselves, into our energy fields, where we can then beam it out to the world. So I love that for today. I love that with this intention. I love just remembering we can light ourselves up, and I think it's really important that we do, and I think it's important to have a focus. And so here's our focus today in this energy. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, speaking of getting it bigger, Moon in Leo connecting, like I said, to Jupiter in Gemini. So today might be an interesting day to as well contemplate the energy of love. What does love really mean to you, especially when you take away expectations of things and make love be an energy? I don't know. That's an interesting contemplation. So you may find yourself there. We also have, speaking of interesting relationship stuff, we also have Venus in conjunct Neptune on Venus's way into Virgo. So an in conjunct is like we're not really seeing eye to eye. That Neptune energy can be a little dicey. It can be a little confusing. But if we can lean into love, and if we can lean into surrender to love and trust of love within ourselves and from the universe, I think we can move through some of the karmic layers that Neptune in Pisces could bring. But just recognize, if you are struggling, there may be some karmic layers that you're moving through with this. Venus into Virgo. Venus is going to speedily move through Virgo and move into Libra, I believe, like right at the end of the month. It is going to be Libra. I'm just not exactly sure the date. I looked it up, but it's gone with the wind. But Venus in Virgo is interesting. So again, we have a lot of mental energy right now, and we still have some strong Leo energy right now. Venus in Virgo can get hyper critical in the name of love, in the name of relationship. And while sometimes it can be helpful to look at things with, I don't want to call it a critical eye, but it is a critical eye from the standpoint of seeing what is out of place, which is a critical eye. Sometimes that can be healing, but sometimes we can get stuck there looking for where there's lack of perfection. And especially in relationship with ourselves, relationship with our health, relationship with others, that can be a little bit of a challenge. I find that in myself, having gone through weird health stuff for so long and not really knowing what was going on for so long, any little thing would be like, oh my God, is something wrong? Is something happening? Very hypochondriac. Hello, sun in the 6th house. Anyway, when I can lean into trust and surrender that my body knows what it's doing, and paying attention to like other, bigger signs that are like my body's like, hey, drink some water or whatever, I do so much better. So watch for the hypercritical, right? With this, especially where it shows up in relationship, because sometimes we're always just looking for like where it's off, where it's not working, instead of looking at the whole picture. And Virgo is like the whole picture reality wise. And if we can see a bigger picture, a lot of times those little dust specks don't matter so much. So watch for the critical. That being said, Virgo is a healer. So Venus in Virgo has healing capability for our relationships, for ourselves, especially if we lean into self-care, which Venus in Virgo can definitely bring to us. Finally, Mercury retrograde. It goes retrograde officially at 9:56 p.m. Pacific time, so not till the evening, not till late in the evening do we have, or even tomorrow for some of you, do we have this Mercury retrograde energy. It will be in Virgo until the 12th, and I think it's retrograde until the 26th. I don't know where my book is that has all my things written down, so we're winging it right now. But this Mercury retrograde, like I said, it's bridging the mind and the heart. So here we go, full circle into that mind and heart. So it's a great time to look at, again, those expectations that your mind has when it comes to love. It's a great time to redefine love for yourself through this retrograde and review. This is an interesting one. Where can you bring love to reality? Because, again, reality might not be so much fun for so many of us right now, and yet there's big shifts that we can make depending on where we put our personal intention and where we put our attention, intention, and energy. And we really can become the heart of a revolution of heart. And so all this astro energy today is wrapping it up together. Now, I'm very excited. I have a new deck, the Lyrian Oracle, and I have a card for that. But let's look at these cards. Now, I do have today, I love these cards, these three together. Nothingness, which has showed up a lot this week. So, Pure Potentiality, the Lover's card, and the Rebel, which is Breakthrough. So, we have some potential, especially in regards to love, whether it's romantic love or just the energy of love. Some pure potentiality, some infinite possibilities with it that can help us break through. What is our instruction manual? Practice gratitude, the ordinariness card. Look around for the goodness. That being said, we have the schizophrenia card. This is part, I think, of that mind-heart balancing, melding. You know, it's really easy to fall into the critical mind, what's not working, blah, blah, blah. And yet, can we bring it back to love? Can we offer love to that critical mind? The card I pulled, beautiful card from Lyrian, is Arrival, card 27. With the back of these cards, Royal Lion energy. And it just talks about, you know, how many of us are actually on very aligned, optimal life paths. But we're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And Spirit's like, you're not gonna get there. It's an infinite marathon, right? But recognize like how good you're doing. It says we want to guide you back to your glorious self. And this begins by anchoring your precious energy field. If you're having doubts about missing something in your life, this card arrives as a calming energy to know you are in the perfect situation and all is going to plan. Drop judgment of what is missing in order to recalibrate your sacred energy into your field. There we go. So the additional meanings of this is alignment, all is well, reclamation, protection, dropping the drama in the middle of Leo season, dropping the drama, clarity, grounding, and healing. So you have arrived and you're perfectly where you're meant to be in this moment. And if you're not feeling perfect about it, again, just to bring it back, see what happens if you can send some love to it. Just see what happens. So that's it for today. Whew. A lot of energy going on. Take it easy on yourself. Drink some water. And besides all that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And remember who you are. For you are the solution and the revolution. Namaste.